What if humans had night vision like cats? On a moonless night when darkness seems to swallow everything around you, have you ever wondered what your eyes are missing? How many mysteries, how many wonders are happening right in front of us, hidden by the veil of night? Imagine for a moment. What if you could tear that veil? What if your eyes could pierce the thickest darkness as if it were midday? Now close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself walking through a forest at night. The wind rustles the leaves, the sound of small animals echoes here and there. But this time, you feel no fear. Your eyes capture everything, from the fluttering wings of a bat in flight to the soft glimmer of dewdrops on a spider's web. It's a world that has always been there, but one you can finally experience. Think of the endless possibilities. That forest trail you never dared to explore after sunset. That mysterious ocean hiding its nocturnal life. Those majestic mountains we only know under daylight. An entire universe of experiences awaits in the shadows. A parallel world that exists simultaneously with ours, but remains invisible to our limited human eyes. But what if we could change that? What if, like cats, owls, and so many other nocturnal creatures, our eyes could transform the faintest light into clear, sharp vision? What do you think? Leave your comment below. Today, we're diving into a fascinating journey to explore what it would be like if humans had natural night vision. We're not talking about night vision goggles or artificial technology. Imagine if this ability were part of who we are, as natural as breathing. This isn't just a story about seeing in the dark. It's an exploration of how a single change in our biology could completely revolutionize our society, our culture, and our very understanding of the world. Get ready to discover a universe of possibilities that exists in the shadows, waiting to be revealed. To understand this extraordinary possibility, we first need to dive into how our eyes currently work. Think of your eyes as a sophisticated camera, constantly adjusting to the light conditions around you. During the day, our pupils contract to control the amount of light entering, like a camera's shutter. At night, they dilate to their maximum, trying to capture every available fragment of light. But what if our eyes were different? What if, like felines, we had a structure called the tapetum lucidum, that reflective layer that makes cats' eyes glow in the dark? This adaptation isn't magic, it's a natural microscopic mirror that reflects light back through the retina, giving the animal a second chance to capture every photon of light. Imagine waking up one morning to discover your eyes now have this extraordinary ability. The first impact would be astonishing. The colors you know during the day would look different at night. The nocturnal world would reveal itself in shades of green and gray, as if you were wearing military-grade night vision goggles, but completely naturally. The implications of this change would be profound and transformative. Think of the possibilities: nighttime hikes without the need for lighting, driving without headlights, exploring caves with only the natural light available. Our cities could drastically reduce public lighting, saving energy and allowing the stars to shine brightly over the metropolis once again. But not everything would be perfect. Our new night vision would come with its own challenges. During the day, we'd have to adapt to much greater sensitivity to light. Our eyes would need to develop more efficient mechanisms to protect against excessive brightness. We might need to wear sunglasses far more often, and our indoor environments would have to be redesigned for lower light levels. Medicine would be revolutionized. Surgeries could be performed with minimal lighting, reducing the risk of damage to light-sensitive tissues. Eye exams would gain a whole new dimension, and treatments for vision problems would need to be completely rethought. Our relationship with nature would fundamentally change. For the first time, we could closely observe the nocturnal behavior of animals without disturbing them with flashlights or equipment. Biologists would gain unprecedented insights into nighttime life in the wild. Imagine watching an owl hunt or observing nocturnal animals in their natural habitat without any interference. The cultural impact would be equally profound. Night festivals would take on a new dimension, featuring more subtle and sophisticated light displays. Night photography would be completely transformed, capturing the world from a fresh perspective. Architecture would need to adapt, considering how spaces would be perceived both during the day and at night. Our sleep patterns could change drastically. With the ability to see clearly at night, the distinction between day and night would become more fluid. Some people might choose to live primarily at night when temperatures are milder and there's less hustle and bustle in the cities. The concept of business hours could expand, with companies operating 24/7 without the need for artificial lighting. Public safety would be transformed. Criminals could no longer rely on darkness as an ally, but at the same time, everyone would have the same advantage of night vision. Surveillance and protection tactics would need to be completely rethought. Imagine a world where security cameras didn't need night mode, where dark alleys would no longer feel threatening. The entertainment sector would also be revolutionized. Outdoor cinemas could operate with much less light, creating more immersive experiences. Amusement parks could design attractions specifically tailored to our new visual capabilities. Nighttime shows and sporting events could happen with minimal lighting, creating unique experiences while saving energy. But perhaps the most profound impact would be on our connection to the cosmos. Without the need for excessive artificial lighting, the night sky would become visible again, even in large cities. Imagine being able to gaze at the Milky Way from your window, watching meteor showers with extraordinary clarity, or simply sitting in your backyard to admire constellations with a sharpness that today can only be experienced in remote areas. Our relationship with technology would also change. Smartphones and computers would need much more sophisticated adaptive screens. The night modes on devices would have to be completely reimagined. Video games could create even more immersive experiences by taking advantage of our natural ability to see in the dark. The lighting industry would be transformed, but not in the way we might think. Instead of focusing on creating brighter lights, the challenge would be to develop subtler and more controllable lighting suitable for our more sensitive eyes. Smart bulbs could automatically adjust their brightness based not only on the time of day but also on natural light conditions. Think about the implications for space exploration. Astronauts could work more efficiently on space missions where sunlight is extremely intense or practically non-existent. Lunar bases could operate with much less energy dedicated to lighting, and cave explorations on other planets would become much more efficient. Our perception of time would also change. Sunset would no longer signal the end of outdoor activities. Moonless nights would be as navigable as full moon nights. The ancient fear of darkness could finally fade from our collective psyche, profoundly altering our mythology and folklore. But there are deeper questions to consider. How would this ability affect our future evolution? Would our eyes continue to adapt and evolve? Perhaps we would develop even more extraordinary visual capabilities over generations. And how would this shape our understanding of light and darkness as metaphors in our language and culture? Preventive medicine would need to adapt its recommendations. Excessive exposure to artificial light is already a concern today. What would happen when our eyes are much more sensitive? New ocular health protocols would have to be developed, and the importance of the circadian rhythm would need to be reconsidered. Imagine how this change would affect our cities. Architects and urban planners would have to completely rethink urban design. Cities could be darker, more energy efficient, yet still perfectly navigable. Parks and public spaces could be designed to be equally appealing day and night without the need for intense artificial lighting. Agriculture would also be transformed. Farmers could work at night when temperatures are cooler. Monitoring crops and livestock would be possible 24/7 without special equipment. Nighttime farming practices could become common, shifting our food production cycles. Our understanding of wildlife would be revolutionized. Biologists could observe behaviors never seen before, leading to groundbreaking discoveries about nocturnal life on the planet. Species we thought we knew well might reveal completely new behaviors when observed during their natural activity periods. The impact on art would be profound. Visual artists would have to completely rethink how to represent light and shadow. Night photography would evolve into a whole new form of art, capturing the world from a unique perspective that combines our enhanced vision with the beauty of the night. Our social rituals would also change. Parties and celebrations could take place with much less artificial lighting, creating more intimate and natural atmospheres. Moonlit weddings would take on new significance, and outdoor nighttime events would become much more common. Education would also be affected. Schools could offer nighttime classes without concerns about artificial lighting. Nighttime field trips for nature observation would become routine, providing students with a completely new perspective on the natural world. But perhaps the most profound change would be in our own psychology. Our relationship with darkness, historically laden with fears and superstitions, would be completely transformed. Night would cease to be a period of vulnerability and become simply another way to experience the world. And what about the future? How would this ability develop with advancing technology? Perhaps we could combine our natural night vision with augmented reality, creating even more extraordinary visual experiences. Or maybe this adaptation would lead us to develop other sensory capabilities we can't even imagine today. Ultimately, having natural night vision wouldn't just be a change in our visual ability, it would be a fundamental transformation in how we experience and interact with the world. It would be a revolution in our perception of reality, profoundly altering our society, culture, and even our understanding of what it means to be human. How do you think your life would be different if you could see in the dark? What nocturnal adventures would you want to experience? What mysteries of the night would you want to unravel? The possibility is fascinating, isn't it? It makes us realize how a single change in our biology could completely transform our life experience on Earth. But perhaps the most interesting thing is realizing that even without natural night vision, humans have found incredible ways to overcome this limitation. We've developed technologies, adapted our environment, and created innovative solutions. It's a testament to our adaptability and creativity. And who knows? Maybe one day genetic engineering or technology will allow us to experience this alternative reality that we can only imagine today. Now, I want to leave you with a thought. Maybe the real magic isn't in having night vision, but in how this exercise of imagination makes us realize how much there is still to explore in the world around us. How many other senses could we develop? How many other ways of perceiving reality exist beyond our current human experience? Have you ever stopped to think that right now, as you're watching this video, there's a whole world of activity happening in the darkness? Animals hunting, night-blooming flowers opening, stars being born and dying in the dark sky above us. It's a parallel universe that exists simultaneously with our daytime world, waiting to be discovered. Tell me in the comments, if you had natural night vision, what would be the first thing you would do? What place would you explore first? What mystery of the night would you want to unravel? Your answers might inspire our next video on extraordinary capabilities humans could possess. And if you were fascinated by this exploration of human potential, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We have much more thought-provoking content coming up. Hit the notification bell too, because next week we'll be exploring another extraordinary ability that could revolutionize the human experience. This is just the beginning of our journey exploring the limits of the possible. Until next time, and remember, sometimes the greatest discoveries start with a simple "what if?"